So there's a lot of skinny guys out there, and I used to be one of them where I just wasn't okay with the position I was in socially because if I'm being honest, I'm a human. I want validation. I want people to respect me and admire me in some way. I wanted significance. You want to feel good about yourself. And as a skinnier guy, people just don't treat you that way. They don't give you that pass. Because I'm sure you've noticed by now, there are some people who just don't do anything, who can just be laid back, minding their own business, and they just get a lot of respect from other people. Like they have a certain, people call aura or like confidence and whatnot. And those guys have a lot of success with women. Those guys don't seem to be struggling in a social way, which is a very important like part of life. We see the difference between guys who have a high level of like attractiveness versus guys who are at like the lower level. Now, the way that they are treated. The thing is, more than ever, as a skinny guy, you need to start getting respect. You need to start increasing your social status because there's a lot of perks that come with it. There's a lot of benefits that people don't talk about because it's kind of a taboo subject. It's just really uncomfortable to talk about. But as a guy who's been very skinny and who has built a lot of muscle, I can say the difference is night and day. And these are just some of the things that I've learned that have helped me to go from being really skinny to, having a lot of muscle. I'm not saying it's going to work for you, but I'm saying it's a framework that I've learned from other people. I've applied it consistently and the results seem pretty consistent, at least for me. So the first thing is that if you're skinny, here's the thing to understand first. There's so much fitness advice out there. There's so much, just like if you're on Instagram or like scrolling or just like getting general information of like how to build muscle, a lot of the information is very general. But as a skinny guy, specifically what I just wanted to increase my social status. I didn't really care that much about longevity. I mean, it is an important thing, but it's not something that I'm so worried about right now. I wasn't so focused on calisthenics because even though like moving, like you may have seen some of these cool videos where these guys will like just like hold these poses and like it takes like super strength to be able to do that. Even though that's cool, it still didn't jibe with me because like, yeah, but like how many times realistically am I going to be able to show that off to increase my social status? I was really just focused on, okay, how do I increase my social status? Because I'm telling you, being like at the lower level as a guy, being that really skinny guy who just doesn't get that respect, it's tough being there. And again, building more muscle, making the transformation that I've made. I'm not at the highest point right now, but it just is what it is. Like the way that people treat you is a night and day difference. Anyways, as a skinnier guy, all of that advice is nice, but the main thing that will help you to build more muscle, and I really need you to pay attention because there's a million other things that you could be doing, but if you just get this one thing right, I promise you, so much of the progress takes care of itself. As a skinnier guy, all you need to do is eat more calories. Basically, what this is it seems so simple, but a lot of guys just don't take it into account. They think, okay, I'm really skinny. I'm gonna just go do push-ups and I'm gonna go to the gym more and all these things, but they're still barely eating. Like your muscle, it needs actual resources to actually like fuel and build your body. Like if you imagine building something, say you're building a temple, if you don't have the resources, if you don't have like the concrete, the bricks, the whatever resources to actually build that temple, how do you expect to do it? Like it's just not going to happen. You need to actually have the resources to actually build the building, if that makes sense. And this is what keeps a lot of skinnier guys stuck. They are doing a lot of workouts. They're really going at it. And, there are newbie gains, like you can make a lot of progress, but specifically for attaining like an aesthetic physique, a physique that is like ideal for women, that like the majority of women through studies or whatever, like scientifically or whatever, like are most attracted to this kind of body shape. Again, it just makes life so much easier. Especially when it comes to social dynamics and like the value that you have for yourself, your confidence, all of those different things, it all plays a big role. If I had some sort of I don't know, time machine and I could just go back to tell my younger self, like who was really skinny, hey, this is exactly what you've got to do to get to a higher level. The main thing that I would emphasize is again, you just have to increase your calories. Now, it's very easy to assume that you're eating more just because you're like eating more, you can eating more frequently or having larger meals. But it's not just about the amount of food. It's also the calories, or it's mainly just the calories, right? It's an oversimplification, but if you get enough calories consistently by actually tracking it, which is something we're going to talk about, it makes your consistency and it allows you to build so much faster.